YouTube, back once again in the shed, where all the madness happens. It may be a little bit of madness, but it's our madness, innit? So let's make the most of it before, the end of the world comes. But we won't talk about that. I'm definitely not building myself a bunker, honestly. I'm not, a D-Day prepper. No. Of course not. Well, at least I got enough snuff to last me to the end of the world, eh? Could be worse. Yeah, I thought I'd do another Sir Walter Scott's. This one's called Port o' Lee. Port o' Leith. Not Leith, as in the water of Leith, water on the Leith, something like that. It's basically a river in Scotland. Think it runs to or from Edinburgh. I could be wrong on that, but apparently, there was back in the day there was million snuff mills potted up all along this river, and that's basically what the name is based on. So there's some snuff history there. I didn't really have too much joy with the other two that I got, so I'm a little bit suspect, if I'm honest. But I'll crack it open and see what it's saying. That's all I can do, innit? Open mind. It's tight, so that's a good sign. And the thing is with these, because they're like big tins and it's like 15 grams of snuff in it, it makes you feel like you get shortchanged. I know it isn't. I know it's all in your head, but it just makes it feel like that. Right. Okay. It's fairly dark, but it's really coarse, really quite coarse. It's got equal amounts of sort of light golden bits. Well, I'd say about, probably 1/3 to 2/3. The smaller part being the light golden flecks, and then the rest being the dark flecks. And again, this is dry as a bone, man. I would hazard a guess that there's no moisture in it. The only reason why it's sort of sticking to me is because it's great big coarse clumps. So I guess it can make enough friction to stick to me, but it's just like sand. So I don't know. So again, bring out the tin, shall we? I don't know, I can smell the tobacco leaf. And then yeah, it's got a kind of, I can smell a little bit of sort of like an alcoholic sort of scent to it. Something reminiscent of like an alcoholic drink. Fruity. But I couldn't tell you what it is. But only just. It's really dry, man. Do you know what it reminds me of? And I think I said this about the other one. Was I had a pot of NSU Black, and I used half of it and then completely forgot about it. And them tubs are pretty, they're not very airtight. And when I went back to it, that coarse snuff had gone completely dry, and it's like that. Anyway, let's jump into the meat a bit. Get it up my nose. Do you know what it reminds me of? What I had recently? It reminds me of that Frida by that Feltzerland. Frida. That's a blowback. Going back years ago, right? I went to my dad's house, and because like I used to work on building sites and I can plaster, and you know that was what I was trained to do, plaster, but I can paint and decorate and a bit of bricklaying and that. And my dad bought a house, and like I just went up there. This was back when I was, you know, in and out of prison and that, and I went and stayed up there for free lodgings, and I just basically did my dad's house up for free. And yeah, there was an old couple next door, and the lady was called Frida. Not that you really care, but you know, she passed away a few years ago, God bless her soul. But she used to come along, with like coffee and biscuits for me every 5 minutes. Yeah, so anyway, going back to this. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that Freya by Feltzerland. But it's like super dry. You can kind of get the tobacco. I'm trying really hard here. I'm not really getting a lot from it, I'll be honest. I think it's, you know, there's a part of me that doesn't want to just totally slaughter it. Part of me wants to love it. But to me, it seems like a dud snuff. Smells like there was something there. I tell you what, it smells hardly any different to the other two tins that I opened. I can just smell the base tobacco, a little bit of sweetness, and that's it. I'm not impressed. I don't know whether I'm getting unlucky or what, but this is the third one I've had like it now. And they did send me a brand new tin of one of them. And yeah, it was slightly more moister, but it wasn't a hell of a lot different. And that was that Moro Moro. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not impressed. I mean, I can feel the nicotine, so it's got a nicotine kick. But the way it's coming across, it just seems like a stale dud tin to me. Feels like there was something there, but whatever it was, it's long gone. I think I'm going to have to give it a thumbs down. If I'm honest, that's just how I'm feeling. I'm not rating these. They may be good, but they don't seem to be consistent on how they get to you. That's my take on it. So there you go. That's one man's take. I could be nothing but honest. So I've laid it out for you. So that's a bit of a gutter. Bit of a bummer when you get a dud, isn't it? But there's always tomorrow. And tomorrow the sun always shines, no matter what happens. So, don't you ever forget that you need to tap, pinch, and toot, because that's 3 ingredients to your enjoyment, and your enjoyment is all I've got for you. So remember to come back to the shed, and until then, I will bid you farewell.